who born in 1564. When did he born? 1564. During this time, in 15th century period, in English literature and language, we study about the starter of the Sikhism, Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, who came in 1469. In which year? 1469. It was the birth time of Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. And when India was discovered? In 1498 by Vasco da Gama. India was discovered by Vasco da Gama in 1498. What happened in 1600? There was a historical event. What happened at that time? East India Company came in India. It was the establishment time of East India Company in India. Later on in 1564 there was the birth of William Shakespeare. In 1616 William Shakespeare passed away. So this 14th, 15th and 16th century period is very important period in English literature, because there was great inventions, innovations in the field of agriculture, science, transportation, communication, railways, post offices, hospitals, education. Means there was the freedom of thought. There was freedom of thought. Due to freedom of thought, there was a lot of platforms for going ahead in inventions. During this time in India, we are adopting the path of returning for the regeneration, recreation and reoperation of our nation. We are efforting well. After the winning of the Indian people from Corona, 140 crore people has got winning. And now it is a great need in India for our youngsters to make our nation recreate, regenerate and reoperate by creating Make in India. By creating Make in India. Is it possible? It can become possible. How? How we can make it possible? Just by taking a lot of startups, initiatives, as our India is taking numberless, uncounted startups our India is taking now in the presence of our present Prime Minister Modi ji. In the field of manufacturing industries, we have established many industries in Gujarat for preparing different tools in the defense sector. At many places our India has started airports. Our India has established medical colleges in the different states. These are also the forms of startups and initiatives. So by supporting the nature, our India can regenerate and recreate. Our India is known by its spiritual values all over the world. Time to time, whenever any country in the world face any natural disaster, natural calamity, natural devastation like earthquake, flood, heavy rainfall, then it is only the land of India which knows how to tackle, how to handle such kind of disaster, such kind of calamities. Indians know this thing. Indians are well trained in handling such situations. Not only India is the country of producers, but India is also the country of explorers and exporters. Time to time, when there was earthquake, floods, volcanic eruptions, droughts in the world, then the world seeks help from Indian motherland. This is our Indian holy motherland, which can help the worldly people. How we can become the healer and helper of the worldly people? How we can maintain the spiritual values of our nation? It can be possible by sports, in the advancement of the sports, in the advancement of the medical field, in establishing different hospitals. Do we remember our past through the history of 19th and 20th century period, which is known as the period of revolution in industrialization? There was a great advancements in industrialization, but what was the result of the advancement in industrialization? There was First World War in 20th century. There was Second World War in 1938 to 45. It happened. Why? Because of the advancement in science. Many misusers were there at that time. So we handled a lot of demerits and disadvantages of this modern industrialization. Today, we have become the greatest user of the information, revolution in information. Revolution in information. No doubt our India is getting money. We have become the great earner by starting some inventive and innovative programs, and our villager, our farmers, common men, general men, laymen, everyone have become the sharp user of the transactions, live transactions, online programs. It is a great achievement of our nation. Today, in this century, in 2023, India is testing 6G. In 2022, there was the starting of 5G. In 2022, on 1st of October, what happened consequently? Yes, what happened consequently? Let's say all the units integrated each other. All units became one by integration of the information. You will read this thing in modern literature. Literature is influenced by history. Literature exclusively, individually cannot be studied. Literature is influenced by history. History just tells us about dates. What happened, what was, when was, where was, how was. But literature tells us what should be. Literature works like a scientific study of the dates. Literature tells us solutions. History gives us problems. Undoubtedly, it gives us wisdom. It makes us wise. But literature gives us solutions. What should be mirror of our society? About literature, we say literature is the mirror of our society. We see the worldly picture, different cultures, Canadian culture, American culture, Australian culture. We see through the glimpses, through the mirror of the literary writings. So our novelist, dramatist, poet, those who came in this present age, this modern age, they changed their technique according to stream of consciousness. What does the mean of stream of consciousness? It means when the place is equal, time is different. When the time is equal, place is different. Means physically we are present at one place, but mentally we are absent. That is the thing is explained in modern literature. Such kind of literature is explained in modern time, in this present time. We see in the history, in 1945, this was the ending of the Second World War, and the USSR became the king of the worldly nations by its socialism. But after 1990, up to this time, the America has become the king of the worldly people, king of the worldly nations. With its capitalism. The America is the capitalist country, but the USSR is the socialist country, and our India is democratic country. Who gave this definition of democracy to India? Who invented democracy? Abraham Lincoln. Have you heard the name of Abraham Lincoln? Have you studied? Perhaps you have studied. By the people, of the people, for the people. By the people, of the people, for the people. This definition was given by Abraham Lincoln. From where he was? Abraham Lincoln belonged to which country? America? Perhaps you are remembering? No doubt the most ancient democratic country is the America. But the largest democratic nation is our country. It is our nation. It is our India. So that's it, all about the literature, language and grammar. Thank you.